Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutza. Welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you a recipe and technique for making one of my favorite Mexican dishes, a tostada. In layman's terms, a tostada is a flat taco. Anything you put into a taco, you can damn well put into a tostada. But we're going to elevate ours today. We're going to be using several ingredients that you normally don't find in a tostada. Things like Manchego cheese, wild violet sweet corn, peach relish, and most importantly, we're actually going to be serving it with a Japanese Wagyu grated A-5. We will be preparing that sous vide, so join me now as I show you how I prepare this wonderful dish. Well, there you have Japanese Wagyu A5 grade. That lovely marbling will definitely make it flavorful and tender. So let's begin with the seasoning. I like to start with lime zest. Because this cut of meat is so tender, I do not want to use any of the juice or any of the acid. I really only want the lime flavor to give a little bit of a light flavor. So we'll put that there. Next, I like to season with smoked sea salt from Hawaii. This is from my friends from Spice. And I'm also going to use their chocolate barbecue rub. Finish with a tiny bit of olive oil. And we will then put that to our vacuum seal bag. Well, now that our steak is cooking, and we're going to start on making our corn and peach salsa. We'll go ahead and begin with removing the corn kernels from the cob, holding it vertically and just gently running your blade of knife down the edge of the cob. But we can save these corn cobs to make stock for a corn chowder or anything else corn related. The first thing I like to do for our corn and peach salsa is to preheat a pan over high heat. Add a little oil, and let's char our corn. Go ahead and season it with some salt. And my homemade Tex-Mex rub. So let's get the corn with a nice little char color to it, and then we are going to remove it from the pan and transfer to a sheet pan lined with parchment paper to cool. Now we got the corn sauteed. Go ahead and add a little more oil to the pan, and let's add our peaches. Now that our peaches are about halfway cooked, I then like to season with salt. Let's add our garlic and our brunoise onion. Saute this for about a minute or two. Allow it to become aromatic. Well, now that you can smell the perfume of our garlic, I then like to deglaze with 1 ounce of tequila. Give it a quick stir. And now let the liquor cook off. And now transfer that to the sheet pan with the corn. Well, now that our steak is done, we'll remove it from the water bath and the pouch. Then I like to transfer it to a bowl, and we need to dry it off because our next step is to sear it. I recommend searing in cast iron because the pan gets hot very quickly and also very evenly. Now that our cast iron is beginning to smoke, I'll add a wee little bit of oil, and then let's get our steak on the heat. Well, now that the other side is seared, I like to turn and hit the edges a little bit just to make it a little nicer looking. Also, I will put it on a towel and allow it to rest for about 7-8 minutes before slicing. Well, here we are after our steak has rested. I like to slice mine nice and thin on the bias. With all the marbling and being A-5, you know darn well this is going to be tender. So and there we have perfect temperature, 128 degrees Fahrenheit, perfect medium rare. Just slicing it, it was so easy, and just literally the proverbial hot knife through butter is literally what the feel of the blade into the protein was like. Well, we're ready for service. Well, there you have my 5-star tostada featuring the Japanese Wagyu A-5. Feel free to use any protein that you like. You can use vegetables for this. I've done marinated mushrooms on a tostada. You can do shrimp, fish, chicken, pork. It's endless. You're only limited to what your creativity is, and as well as what foods you like. You know, if it's something you don't like, you're not going to do it, of course. It's a fun dish. It was amazing to work with the Wagyu. I do have some other cuts of meat in the freezer, a rib roast 3.5 pound piece, as well as a 50-ounce cowboy steak, so, or tomahawk. So that'll be coming up later on in the year, probably for the holidays. That's all I have. Feel free to leave some comments below. Your feedback is always welcome. And if you've not already done so, please hit that subscribe button. Join our team and be up to date every week with our posts. Thank you very much for joining us. Jött vajet!